Hello and welcome to Salty About Health. My name is Dalaney Algier, and I'm here with my mom and co-host, Mary. So, Mom, why are we salty about health?
Good question. It's because both of us have had struggles, some more serious than others, and no one showed us simple ways we could jump into the driver's seat and take control.
And why are we sharing our views with our listeners?
Well, because we want our listeners to realize that it may take time, but with some simple knowledge about health, they'll be able to make a few changes and dig deeper to take control of their well being and live a more vibrant life.
That's fantastic. But right now, before we get into all of that, we just need to do some housekeeping. Here we go. This is an opinion based podcast. This is not in any way offered as a diagnosis or treatment for any disease, illness, or infirmity for physical or mental condition or any other condition you may have. We are not doctors or practitioners of any kind. Persons needing medical care should obtain it from a medical practitioner. So, consult your practitioner before making any health decision. The opinions offered here in this podcast are ours alone. Again, we're not doctors, and the banter you're going to be listening to is our view and our view alone. Okay, that's done. We, of course, also want to have an open dialogue with our listeners. So stay tuned to the end of the episode, and we'll let you know all of the ways that we can connect. Welcome, everyone. Today, on episode 44, we will be talking about how a 3-day fast can reset your immune system. Okay, wait, don't turn off the podcast. I know if you're like me, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't even make it to the next meal without a snack, except right now because my stomach is squished. But how are you going to make it 3 days without food? You're right. A 3-day fast is not for everyone, but after listening to this episode, you may want to try a 1-day fast. And after learning about all the benefits a fasting can have on your body, expand from there.
Yes, Delaney, we are going to learn about how beneficial it can be for your body to fast, even just for 24 hours. Though I will say that when I used to fast for 3 days, which I haven't done in a very long time, the first day was the hardest. And after that first day, it was easy.
So, Mom, why are we even talking about fasting today?
I got a great article from Dr. Jockers, which is linked in the show notes. And I just love the way he is so thorough and explains everything so well that I thought our listeners would like to learn about fasting. And I encourage everyone to go to his site. He has tons of information on there about health and wellness. It has also motivated me to implement a 1-day fast at least once a month again.
That's really cool. So right off the bat, should everyone try fasting, or are there probably some people who really should not try
Good
it?
question. Yeah. First, one should always check with their practitioner before implementing a fast. And there are those who should not fast at all. People with eating disorders or people who are pregnant should not fast. Also, young children, people with type 1 diabetes, extreme athletes, and underweight individuals should not fast. And if you are taking a medication, always ask the pharmacist if fasting is okay while on that medication.
Cool. Well, let's jump into this. So, your immune system is obviously your body's defense system against bacteria, viruses, parasites, toxins, and all other sorts of harm. To function properly, your immune system needs your support through a healthy diet and lifestyle, which can include fasting. According to research, embarking on a 3-day fast can reset your immune system and make an enormous difference in your health.
Yes, thankfully, you have your immune system to look out for you. It is a network of cells and tissues working together. They are on constant lookout for invaders. When they encounter any pathogen or harm, they send an immune response in order to fight off the harm and protect you.
Yes, but as many of us know, stress, unhealthy foods, and exposure to toxins can weaken that immune system. And according to research, fasting, which is a period of not eating, may help boost the immune system. As little as a 3-day fast can make a tremendous difference.
Yes, there was a 2019 study published in the Cell Stem Cell Research Journal showing that prolonged fasting, lasting from 48 to 120 hours, can benefit your immune system and activate pathways that enhance resistance to toxins and stress. Mice and phase 1 human trials on chemotherapy patients both suggest that a period of fasting may significantly lower white blood cell count.
It also shows that fasting may help to activate regeneration and signal pathways to hematopoietic
Yes.
hematopoietic stem cells, which is involved with the formation of blood cells that allow the generation of blood and a healthy immune system. During fasting, your body tries to save energy. And in order to do that, it ends up recycling old and damaged immune cells, allowing room for new ones.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pac-Man, the old Pac-Man. It just eats it. Well, it's like defragging your computer, actually. So fasting, it looks for,
yeah,
it exactly. And it's just part of the bits and parts of files that are there that don't belong there, or just, and it just kind of cleans it up. So that's really cool.
That is cool.
So the study also found that fasting may also lower IGF-1 growth hormone levels, which help regulate normal tissue and bone growth, which have also been linked to cancer, tumor growth, and aging. So these findings support previous research that found that fasting and chemotherapy may be more effective than chemo alone. Fasting 72 hours before chemotherapy may boost the immune system and benefit chemotherapy patients. We've had a few chemotherapy patients, and one, she was on fire. She was great. She was young. She had, I think it was ovarian cancer. Her husband was on board too, and they would fast for a week. It was great. Wow. They would tell me exactly what was going on, but we might talk about him later. But Walter Longo got the 2016, award for his findings. And he says that if you fast 2 days before, during, and 2 days after chemotherapy, what it does is it helps the chemotherapy target the cancer cells.
Okay.
And
less distractions because you're not
eating
other things.
Exactly. So if you can do that, and it's okay for you to do that, I mean, you have to check with your doctor and if you're strong enough and all that, but that really helps patients go through chemotherapy and helps it target the tumors or the cancer. So they've done a lot of research, and Walter Longo is I think it's UCLA. It was either USC or UCLA, but I think it's UCLA. And you can look up his research. It's pretty amazing.
That's really cool. And I mean, not only for cancer, but they have found that fasting can have many other immune system and health benefits. Research has also shown that fasting may reduce the autoimmunity of the body, which is great because, I mean, a lot of people have autoimmune disorders, including, skin. I think psoriasis and stuff gets brushed under the rug, but that is isn't that psoriasis? Is that the autoimmune one?
It can be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Linked to that. So that really helps. And then also different shots that you take or foods that you eat can also trigger autoimmune responses. So this might be a good way to reset it. And according to one study, fasting may reduce the risk of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease by stimulating messaging chemicals such as brain-derived neurotropic factor, BDNF, that plays an important role in the creation of new brain cells.
Yeah, and it may also reduce overall inflammation in the body, which I was just listening to a podcast today, and that's like, well, it's stress and inflammation, they're saying are the number one pretty much for all cause mortality. It ends your life earlier. So you need to get that under control.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. But inflammation is just telling you that there is something your body's trying to fight and doesn't like. And so don't take, well, I'm not saying don't take if you have to, but if you take steroids, that's just covering up, and it's actually making your body not really be able to heal, because the inflammation is actually trying to heal you. So it's a vicious cycle. So what you're really trying to do is just figure out where the inflammation is coming from. And of course, that's easier said than done.
That's like our last episode. We're, talking about like trying elimination diets and seeing if that, but noticing the new normal, because you might be inflamed and that's normal to you right now. But then like, if you actually find the root cause of it and get rid of it, then you'll find out how much better it is when you don't have that inflammation.
Oh yeah, and you'll be healthier. And they were talking about heart disease. I forget the doctor's name. He was really cool. But after I had COVID, I still am dealing with inflammation. And it's so, you want to call it long haul COVID, whatever, but I'm still dealing with those issues, and I'm trying to get under control and trying to figure it out. So, and inflammation is really bad for your body. And like I said, heart disease is one of the issues with inflammation. I think it was Malcolm Kendrick. I listened to a 2-hour podcast from him, and he talks about heart disease and inflammation and things like that.
Oh, wow.
So according to a 2017 study, fasting for only 24 hours may help to deactivate the human NLRP3 inflammasome. So the inflammasomes are innate immune system receptors and sensors that regulate the activation of caspase-1 and induce inflammation in response to infections, microbes, and molecules derived from host proteins. So the results suggest that fasting may enhance mitochondrial resilience, prevent inflammation, and have an anti-inflammatory effect on the body. And I do suggest that people, if medically they can, to fast at least for one day. When I was down helping out your grandparents for like 7 months in 2015, I would fast every Friday. And at first it was hard because I was cooking for them and stuff. And you like,
good, yeah.
well, it's funny, you act like you're going to die if you don't eat in a day. And then if you really think about it, all those people who are actually starving and they go days without eating, and here, you need to stop whining because, you choose not to. But I found that if I went longer, if I was going to do a 3-day fast, which I used to do, after the first day, it is so easy. The first day is so hard because you think you're being deprived this and that, but when you wake up the next day, you feel better. And then I could cook and do whatever without even wanting to eat. So if you can get past that first day, just stay out of the house and duct tape your mouth shut or something. Then it really does get easier.
Oh my gosh. Or just like really work on your hydration and just drink water.
That and whatever. Some people on fast will still drink coffee and tea and, herbal tea, or do, things like that.
Okay.
Or lemon water. I personally always just did water, but but people who drink coffee, that would be kind of hard because you'd probably get a headache, which would make things
make the time go even slow.
But back to and I think we're going to get into it later, but back to the couple that, he supported her and, they were eating really clean and they both do week-long fast, but they described every what happened every day, which is really cool. Cause like by day 3 or 4, your tongue gets really white and goopy because your body's just expelling all these toxins.
Wow.
So it's pretty wild. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, speaking of those tongue changes, we do want to warn you that while a 3-day fast can certainly bring many positive changes to your physical, mental, and spiritual health, it can also be stressful to your body, and you may experience some unwanted symptoms. Apparently, your tongue oozing toxins could be one associated with that fast. So, mom's going to go over some of the unpleasant symptoms, but that are also normal and natural.
Okay, so day one, unless you are already keto adapted from practicing a keto diet and intermittent fasting, your body is used to using sugar as a primary fuel source. So during your 3-day fast, your body will adapt to using fat as fuel, resulting in an initial rise in your ketone levels. The second half of your first day. So don't worry, because keto adapted allows higher levels of autophagy and cellular cleansing. And autophagy is what Walter Longo got the Nobel Prize for. I think it was 2016. And that basically is it. Some people say, well, it's autophagy, but it looks like autophagy, and it means self-eating. So so that's again, it will start cleaning up debris. So on your first day, you may experience some fatigue, mental lethargy, hunger, cravings, mood changes, increased urination, headaches, and sleep disturbances. This is nothing to be concerned about. And these are all happening because your body is adapting to burning fat instead of sugar, detoxifying, cleansing, and beginning to repair damage.
Okay, so then day 2. So keep in mind that going on a 3-day fast helps to de-weed your gut flora. We have definitely talked in depth on this podcast about our gut flora. It'll get rid of bad bacteria, helping to balance your microbiome. So by day 2, there's an increased cellular cleansing, see, now I'm only seeing it. Autophagy, how you said it looked and not how it actually sounds. A rise in human growth hormone to preserve muscle mass, and a stem cell rise to help cellular repair. This 3-day fast also helps to reset your DNA, turning off bad, quote, bad genes that may increase inflammation and chronic degeneration. It also helps hormone optimization and detoxification.
So moving into day 2, you may continue to experience similar symptoms as on the first day. Your hunger levels may diminish, but emotionally, you may have a more difficult time. You may experience more fatigue, brain fog, and mood changes. As your body is cleansing itself and getting rid of bad bacteria, fungi, and toxic substances, you may notice a white, yellow, or even black tongue or skin rashes. A lot of times skin rashes, actually skin rashes can just tell you that you have a really bad gut, but also skin rashes, if you are detoxing and you're detoxing, that's also one way that it can come out.
Okay. Your body is also going to begin to downregulate your thyroid hormone, which may result in feeling colder than normal. This moment in time, Delaney would appreciate that, because I always feel so hot in my office right now. I don't know why.
That's funny.
This simply means that your 3-day fast helps to rest hormone sensitivity. Your body is learning to need less thyroid hormones and insulin to function well.
Okay, so on day 3, you will have a large rise in ketones. There will be a further rise in autophagy, HGH, and stem cells. Your blood sugar levels become more balanced. What does this mean for you? You will be feeling better. Like if you can make it to day 3. You may notice pain reduction and more energy. Your brain loves using ketones for energy, so you will be feeling mentally better, sharper, and more alert. If you were not keto adapted before, you may still experience occasional tiredness, brain fog, or other unpleasant symptoms. By the time you will be ready to break your fast, chances are that you will be feeling better than ever.
So, if you really want to go on a 3-day fast, here are a few tips on how to prepare for it, because it can be a huge shock and stressful if you don't prepare your body and mind well for your fast. I really feel like it's like the marathon of the fasting world, because you have intermittent fasting. So it's like your 5K. You're like, okay, like I'm trying it out, doing it. It's great. And then like the 1-day fast, I don't know what that would be, a short race too, where you're just like, okay. And then like the 3-day is like, boom, like this is what's happening.
Well, that is, have you ever fasted more than a day?
No. So to me, it
Okay.
sounds absolutely terrifying.
So,
but I have successfully intermittently fasted and I liked it. Like, yeah, like
yeah.
kind of the same thing. Like at first I was like, oh, this is terrible. And then by the end of the week or so, when I started, I did it for a while. I think I did it for almost a year. I had to stop right now because the baby needs food more often.
Yes.
But yeah, up till then I was doing it and I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
I used to fast it, like I said, once a day. I mean, one time a week for a day. And I really do like it. But I do like 3-day fast, but you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
And you, again, the first day is always miserable to me because you're so used to eating at a certain time. And I know even if I've not eaten until 3 during the day, which is rare, but I mean, I usually, like if I'm not working, I like to eat around between 10 and 11 and then between 3 and 5. So going to 3 or 4 is fine. But once you hit that, it's just a mental thing. You're so used to, it's like being on vacation with people who are used to eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and have to stop and go to, it's just, it's conditioning.
Yep.
But if you can make it past that, like if you schedule a sauna appointment for an infrared sauna or a massage at the time you think that you will really want to eat, which would be 3 to 5 to me, you can get yourself past that. And then because, after 7, if you're conditioning where you don't eat, then you're fine. But getting past the first day, once you do that, you really can go for 2 days, 3 days, because you're just not hungry after that and you feel good. But I would say if you're medically able to fast and you do 1 day and you want to try 2, then you should go for it. But just getting past the first day.
Yeah. So, and like trying the ketogenic diet and doing the intermittent fasting for 2 to 3 weeks before you do like a 3-day fast or more could really help reduce the negative symptoms, because as mom was talking, that like your body knows the process to switch into that ketosis and be like, oh yeah, like I've been here before. Also trying 1 or 2 24-hour fasts the couple weeks leading up to your 3-day fast may also be beneficial. So it really feels like you're training for a marathon. So if you're a runner, just like apply that philosophy.
Yeah, totally. And if you're not ketogenic, then if you do eat a lot of carbs, it probably is a little harder because I think you probably eat more times a day. You know what I mean? Like usually people who eat higher carb diets eat more often. But back when we had, before we had
way back
grocery
when,
stores, just back when, before we had grocery stores or whatever, your body actually easily adapted because if you were in a group that hunted, you hunted and that's what you ate. And then there are times when you weren't able to eat at all because if you had to go catch your food and it wasn't around and it was winter, you wouldn't be. But then in the summer when they maybe ate berries or whatever, then they did. So your body actually should be able to go back and forth easily. between carbs and ketogenic and, fasting, you're actually, yeah.
And I think
So,
like the hunger and like the first day being so tough is just like, besides conditioning, is also like your body is really good at keeping itself alive and like telling you what it needs. So I feel like it's just like, it's
well,
also like a response to be like, oh, like I like need like, or want, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but we don't need to eat in our car and eat,
No.
snacks. And what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
more
that's why it's like
conditioning.
warped now, but I'm just thinking like
It's very warped.
your back when
Think,
instead of the way back when is like,
yeah,
it would be like, okay, like now you need to like
we
think about food, like that's
weren't
built in.
centered. We weren't centered around food back then. It was just survival. And then, of course, things changed and, food was easier to get a hold of, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, definitely that. And think about what do you see on TV? You either see a commercial for a prescription or, a food, a dollar meal,
Unless you're
whatever,
me and
or
you just don't
the
have
Blizzard, or yeah, if you don't
cable,
watch
but yeah.
TV, but really, I let me see. Once in a while, I'll see a lawyer commercial, but
Oh, you're gonna,
it's food. It is food or prescriptions,
yeah.
period. And lots of food. I mean, actually the commercials are, they look yummy, but it's constantly, you need to spend your money on this food or go to this restaurant. So anyway, so it's a good idea during your fast to create a low stress schedule. Your body will be cleansing and repairing, so stress can be incredibly draining on your body, mind, and soul. A 3-day fast is a time for healing. Find ways to reduce stressors in your life. Meditate, pray, journal, do breath work, and relax.
So you may, for some of us, not want to go to work during their first time doing a
That's true.
3-day fast.
No, that's true. You want to set up to where you're not going to have a lot of demands and a lot of stress. You
Yeah.
definitely want to make sure a weekend would be good.
There you go. And do your best to avoid negative people. So you may just want to be alone.
I was thinking about this one. This is kind of funny and it's sad, but if you're trying to avoid negative people, they might be the people in your family too.
Yeah,
So,
or be like your one patient and like get them on board with your fast so you can do it all together.
Yeah.
But yes, negative people increase stress levels and drag you down. I mean, we have a name for it, Debbie Downers, which I feel bad for people named Debbie.
Yes.
But, so during your 3-day fast, try to distance yourself from people who bring you down. Surround yourself with supporting individuals and practice the attitude of gratitude for the loving people in your life. And maybe listen to our podcast because we are totally behind you.
Yes, we are.
We'll try to uplift you.
That's right. Email us. Let us know you're going through it. We will send you encouragement.
Boom.
So I thought that was funny because if you start identifying the negative people and you avoid them, you may want to continually avoid them.
Like you may just want to hang out with your pet for the weekend if you have a pet.
So, or you're just gonna, I don't know, continually go on 3-day fast so you don't have to be around these negative people.
Oh yes. I can't come to work anymore.
I'm fasting again. Sorry. Get plenty of filtered water because hydration is key when you are fasting. As Dalaney said, drink a lot of water.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, it's not like filling, but then it's like you're still like going through the motion. So it's almost like what smokers who will switch to like the seeds, the sunflower seeds, just because it's like something.
Oh, yes.
Their mouth is still doing something. So
yeah, or chewing gum, whatever.
Yeah. So it's like you're still doing like a similar process, but it's more healthy.
Yes. So as your body uses up stored sugar from your muscles and liver and your insulin levels drop, you may experience dehydration. This is why it's critical to that you drink at least an ounce of water per pound of your body weight, which is more than we normally recommend, which is normally, if you're not fasting, we recommend half your body weight in ounces. But fasting, it should be your body weight in ounces. So,
Yeah.
if you're 110 pounds, make sure you drink at least 110 ounces
That's so much water.
while
So
you're
much
fasting.
water. Yeah. Ugh. I've
And,
been good about that lately, though.
yeah, that's good. And, also make sure it has electrolytes in it too. So, like I do reverse osmosis, which is dead water, it takes everything
Mm,
out. So I add minerals to my
okay.
water in the
Yeah.
morning and it gives you, lots of
Yeah.
energy or whatever. So even if you just wanted to put, I don't know, a pinch or an eighth a teaspoon of salt, sea salt in one of your waters just to get some of those minerals,
Yeah. Or
that would
there's
be
there's
good.
like electrolyte stuff you can buy that's like
Yes.
not full of sugar.
Well, the LMNT, which is really cool, it has the
Mm.
flavored salts.
Oh, there you go.
So they have, it's chocolate flavor, lemon flavor, raspberry.
That's fun.
But that and liquid minerals, whatever,
Yeah.
but that would be important because you would want that for your cells, which I think is kind of what you're going to be talking about next anyway.
Okay. Oh yeah, having good salts
Yeah.
available. Boom. Good quality salts such as Himalayan sea salt, Celtic sea salt. Okay. Or Redmond's real salt helps to maintain electrolyte balance while fasting. If you feel tired or dizzy during your 3-day fast, definitely mix a pinch of salt with 4 to 8 ounces of water, or even put the salt under your tongue.
Yeah.
So it absorbs really fast. That's why I like melt away stuff.
Yeah.
Acts fast.
Yeah. So schedule a spa day during your 3-day fast. You will be saving money on food. So yeah, use the money to pamper yourself
That's
and get a
great.
massage, go to a sauna, relax. Like I said before, and you won't be eating. So that is good. So you will be
Mhm.
saving money there. And I would definitely do it the first day because this is going to be your most stressful day. And even
Yeah.
if you only make it through one day, I would still do it. That's, like when you usually eat your largest meal. And
Mm.
I love a hot stone massage. Delaney and I were
Oh,
talking
so
about that
great.
earlier. And so do something very nice for yourself and get through the day. And just know that even if you only get through one day, you can eat the next day. So it's no big deal. And it's kind of like, you know, at night you'll be, if you have cravings, but when you deny those cravings for that first day, you'll feel really good in the morning that you did. You'll feel really good about yourself that you made it through a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's great. I avoid the kitchen if possible.
Yes, especially the first day.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I have to walk through the kitchen to like get to my car, but it's cool. Uh
No, you don't. Just go out the front door instead of the garage
oh
door.
my gosh. That's cold. uh, the kitchen can obviously be a tempting place and remind you of all the good food you're not eating. Though it's like if you don't have food out on the countertops, I
Yes.
rediscovered some German chocolate that I bought at
Ah,
Christmas because it was like hidden away in a drawer and I was like so
from
excited the
me,
other
I'm
day.
sure.
No, it was my crazy Aldi run because like
Ah,
I'm just German chocolate is so tasty. So Aldi and like Lidl, they import a lot for the holidays. So I always like stock up because it gets wiped out pretty fast. So boom, I still have it. Anyways,
cool.
but ignore that while you're on your fast. I sit here talking about chocolate. Uh anyways, yeah. So try to avoid the kitchen or at least like everything, like, literally out of sight, out of mind. Just put it away. And if you're having cravings or feeling hungry, drink some water or herbal tea. And that's a good step too for intermittent fasting. Is like if
Yeah.
you are like, oh, I'm so hungry. They always say like drink a full glass of water and see if you're still hungry after that. Because a lot of times you're actually thirsty or dehydrated. If you are normally in charge of the cooking for your family, and they're not going to be joining you on the fast, you may ask for help for 3 days, cook for them ahead of time, Or I'm sure a bunch of kids would be so excited. That means that they can like go out to eat because you're just
Yes.
like, nope, done. Figure it out yourself.
Yes. And like you said, if you have that one piece of cake left or whatever, because when you go on a fast, I used to do this just to reset myself and get off sweets and do whatever.
Yeah.
You're either going to want to wait till you eat that or just get rid of it out of the house.
Gotcha.
Don't have it left over, because then as soon as you get off the fast, your body's going to feel really good and you're just going to go back to eating the cake. So
that should
try to
not be
get
the
all that
first
out.
thing you eat after you
No.
did so good cleansing. It's just like washing your
Yeah.
car and then like throwing some mud on it after you get out of the car wash.
Yes. So that, and again, since the first day is the hardest, so the smells or triggers and stuff, you may want to not be in the house when someone else is cooking, dinner, and that's again, when you want to schedule your spa time or just a walk, or go out to have them go out to eat. Yeah. But you can also drink strategically during your 3-day fast. The most likely you will feel hungry is around your normal meal and snack times, as we discussed. So make sure to drink plenty of water or herbal tea during these times, like Dalaney suggested. And you can also add lemon juice to spice it up a little. I always like lemon ginger tea,
Yeah, lime juice is good.
Yes. Oh, someone
There's
gave
so
me
many herbal teas out there.
Yeah. So one of the clients the other day came in and gave me their true lime, and I looked at it and it's just lime crystals, and it's kind of like in a little sugar pack that you see at a diner, but there's no sugar. It's just crystallized lime that she puts in her water, and I haven't tried it yet, but it looks really cool, and I want to do that. And it's citric acid, so vitamin C is good too. Which on that podcast today with Malcolm Kendrick, they were saying that vitamin C alone, it helps so many diseases. And in fact, they said people who do higher vitamin C rarely get Alzheimer's. So I need to tell your grandmother, because she's always worried about that.
There you go. All the vitamin C grams. Also, I can do a plug for seltzer water.
Yes.
Because there's just water and carbonation, and it comes in so many flavors and varieties. So,
and Delaney's favorite brand is
Polar. We love Polar on this podcast. Other ones are okay, but Polar's amazing.
There's a plug, so you'll have to play that for the right people.
Yes. Yes, we love Polar.
This is what episode 44 have them listen to.
Oh my gosh, they have seasonal flavors as well as their normal flavors. So like now, you're doing your fast, you might as well do like a little, this could take up a meal time. Get a bunch of different seltzer flavors and like try them and rate them. How fun is that? Super distracting.
Yeah, during the day, the whole day during your fast. Yeah. So you know what? I think we need to get in touch with the Polar person and have him on, and we can talk about their product.
Yes. Okay. So after you were full of water, and if you're me, you will then just be running to the bathroom the rest of the day. But in between bathroom trips, try meditation.
Or meditate on the toilet.
Oh, there you go. It has great benefits and can relax you and get you back on course. Find a guided meditation on YouTube. There's even different apps. I would give a plug for this app because my husband really likes it, and he got a free trial of it and was really liking it, but I forgot the name.
Well.
Anyways, there are apps for meditation as well, with all sorts of different links to, the session, and it will help you feel much calmer, less anxious, and refocused.
Yeah, and look into tapping too, things like that. There's YouTube, videos for that too. So we should probably do a podcast on tapping, because there's an episode on that, because there are so many there's just books and YouTube videos and stuff on that. But anyway, so get sunshine each day if possible, because it helps to stimulate vitamin D, enhances fat burning, and boosts your mood. As long as the sun is out, make sure to get some sunshine.
Did that at lunch today because it was
All
sunny.
right.
Take a walk. Going out and taking some easy walks can be helpful unless you live in a mountainous region such as I, and there's no easy walks. They all have
Oh,
very
come
steep
on.
inclines.
Keeps you in shape. I like
It
your
does.
area.
And it stimulates your circulation and lymphatic system and boosts your mood as well. Aim for 10 to 15 minutes, 3 to 5 times a day, or whatever feels best for your body.
And you always walk by, is it Barb's house? Who is that lady who has
Oh, yeah.
the amazing outside stuff and gives you food too when you go by? So she's very nice.
She's very nice.
Yes, she is.
But if
And
you're
very,
trying to walk away from food, that would not be great.
that's true. But she
But
can take you through her garden and the
yes.
yard, and she knows all
Also,
the native
yeah,
plants.
great place to
Yeah.
meditate. As
Yes.
we get into spring, most towns have botanical gardens and stuff. This isn't funny, Mom. This is real.
No, I was just thinking last time we were taking a walk in your neighborhood and we went to Barb's house, and we were looking at, like, there was a bird of prey. Was it a hawk?
Oh my gosh,
And
there was a hawk in my yard, and
we
we're
were
like, this is
admiring
so
this. So
cool.
it was so funny.
Yep.
So we went by, Barb wasn't there. We were talking to her husband, and somehow the cat got out, which I was holding the cat. And we were seeing these cute little birds in her yard. And we were saying something, and all of a sudden the hawk came by and
Yes.
took one out. And
It
I was
was
like,
the
whoops.
same hawk. I know. So total
It was sad, but
circle of life moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was wild. It's like, oh, that's a cute bird. And there comes that hawk and goes, "Oop, yep." Okay, so give yourself permission to rest. We put so much emphasis on productivity and hustle. So give yourself permission to take it easy during your 3-day fast. Take naps, take a warm bath, try some essential oils, journal, meditate, and simply relax. And again, even an Epsom salt bath is really nice too. Yeah.
Also helps detox.
Yep.
Boom. So now that everyone has made it through the 3-day fast, oh my gosh, someday I will have to try that. We'll see.
Yes, you have to prepare yourself mentally.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that would be good.
There we
That's
go.
a good idea.
That would help. Buddy system. Okay. Mom and I are going to go through how to properly break the 3-day fast. Because as we said, you don't want to do all this greatness and then end it with a piece of cake or something. That's silly. So it's just as important as preparing for the beginning of the fast. Your body has been resting, detoxing, repairing, and most importantly, living without food for 3 days. Eating too much too fast can lead to uncomfortable symptoms, including digestion issues or fatigue. I mean, great example. Well, this is like pure actual starvation, but like the POW and concentration camp survivors, as soon as the military people found them, they were like just like feeding them because they felt so bad, and then actually caused them worse issues because they just like instantly had way too much food and needed to
yes.
like
Now your digestive system isn't used to that, especially if and fasting and being starved to death is two different things.
Very different. Yes.
Yeah. But they did an interesting study on that, and they show that people who were in concentration camps have less incidence of cancer, and that's because of their lack of food.
Yeah.
And what they say is that a person who fasts a week a year has a lot less issues and cancer, actually. Wow. And if you fast that week a year, you have a longer life, is what they say.
So when you then try to refuel with heavy, sugary, or junk food, that can be very counterproductive to the healing that just took place. And in rare cases, eating too much food too quickly after a period of calorie restriction can result in refeeding symptoms, a potentially fatal condition resulting from electrolyte and fluid imbalance. So don't want that. Though refeeding syndrome is less likely to happen after a short 3-day fast, you want to avoid any discomfort and health issues. To make it easier on your body and to set yourself off for a healthy path, it's important that you know how to properly break your 3-day fast.
So for every 2 to 3 fasting days, you should have at least one recovery day, aiming to gradually increase your calories without overburdening your system. For the first day after your 3-day fast, it is suggested to eat about 50% of your normal caloric load. On the second day, you should be back to normal and your normal caloric load.
It's more than just calories, though. The foods you eat after your 3-day fast matter too. Make sure to eat organic, real foods, so whole foods, to avoid any toxic chemicals or unhealthy ingredients. Be easy on your stomach by focusing on liquid foods such as green juice, green smoothies, protein shakes, soup, yum, bone broth. We were just talking about how great that is. Get your collagen fix.
Mm-hmm.
As you are ready to move on to solids for your second or third meal, try some steamed veggies, which is so easy because you can just in the freezer section buy the steamable bags. If you don't want to do it yourself on the stove, like,
But when I was down to see you at Christmas, you did the best steamed fresh Brussels sprouts.
You
They
were
were
so
so good.
surprised.
They were so good because I'm so used to roasting them.
Okay, yeah, that takes
And
forever. Steaming them so much faster.
It was, and they tasted so good because, I think when you buy frozen Brussels sprouts, sometimes they get soggy or,
Oh, yeah. I think when I like frozen, like the broccoli mix, like broccoli carrot mixes are like I don't know, they stand up well to like the freezing and steaming, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you haven't been eating in a few days and then you're like feeling lazy still, not still, but just if you're feeling lazy, just pop in that microwave bag, or if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to, or you could just steam it on the stove.
Or steam it on
That's
the
my
stove.
preference. Just get the fresh stuff, steam it on the stove. Don't worry about those because we're going to talk about that next time. I think about what are they? Endocrine disruptors, which are in plastic bags. So,
okay, well, there you go. So that's
so yes, let's stay away from the microwave.
But okay, so besides steamed veggies, there are fermented foods, which we know Mom and I love a good fermented cabbage.
Kimchi.
Boom. Fruits and healthy fats such as avocados, coconut oil, and olive oil could be your chance to make the coconut oil covered popcorn of deliciousness. Hold off on meat, dairy, eggs, and nuts and starches until your normal eating days.
Okay, so once you are ready to resume a normal caloric intake, think about your success in completing the 3-day fast, even if it was just a 1-day fast, and try to stay on track with healthy eating. I think you will be motivated to stick to a healthy diet because once you have interrupted your bad eating habits for a day or 3, it is easy to reset your eating habits. And I believe you will continue eating healthier and kick those bad habits to the curb. And if you find yourself spiraling out of control again, try a 24-hour fast and see if that is the reset you need.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. And again, we want to hear from you guys. We always want to hear from you guys. Please, please, please reach out to us. And here are just a few ways that you can do that. You can reach out via Instagram and Facebook. Find us at Salty About Health, even Snapchat at Salty Health. You can email us at saltyabouthealth@gmail.com. Or if you just want to find all that in one place, check out our website, saltyabouthealth.com. We've got all the ways for you to listen and connect there. And finally, if you like what you hear today, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. We really appreciate it. So, Mom, if they want to hear from you on social media, where can they find you?
Okay, I am a certified health coach and I do coach one-on-one. So if you're interested, you can contact me at Mary@feedyourselfhealthy.com. I also do research for people who are interested in finding alternative approaches to do in conjunction with the health issue or illness their doctor is treating them for. So again, just reach out to me at mary@feedyourselfhealthy.com.
And of course, I'll be the one mainly keeping an eye on the social media. So always happy to chat with you guys via the Salty Network. Also, just want to shout out our intro and outro music. It is by Yule, and you can find her at www.yulearts.com. That's EULARTS. You can also find her on Instagram at Yule_arts or Spotify and YouTube. Check her out. Her piano music and everything else is amazing. And until next time, stay salty.
Stay salty.